GameSHOUT, a company of Red Planet LLC. All rights reserved. Executive producer, Andy Hodges. For live broadcast booking information, syndication, or advertising, email info@GameSHOUT.com. All comments expressed on the show are not necessarily those of GameSHOUT, Red Planet LLC, its advertisers, guests, or syndication affiliates. All music is licensed by ASCAP and BMI. Recordings of this broadcast prohibited without prior written consent. GameSHOUT Radio. The show is brought to you by ATI. Get your new X800 Radeon card today. And BFG Servers. For game server rentals, visit BFGServers.com. BFG Servers, where size does matter. GameSHOUT Radio, the #1 talk game station in the world.
And welcome back to GameSHOUT Radio. You're listening to the Soundboard with myself, TrickNeal, and my good noise-making friend over there, SexyJosh. How you doing, Josh?
Good, good. I was just called an Ethiopian. so yeah.
It's nice that you're branching out and learning new languages.
We're so going to get hate mail.
Yeah. Well, you know, that doesn't really...
It's nothing new.
With the amount of prints we should play on this show, I'd expect to get a lot more hate mail.
I know. I've always, you know... Give me a second.
Oh, you getting ready for... Okay. Well, we got some music news coming out. This is... That's right.
There it is. It wasn't. I didn't do it. That's true.
You know the one doctor, everything will be alright.
See, that is Prince. That is Prince, but that's not the staple of the Soundboard Prince.
Yes, that's not the Soundboard Prince. That's just the random Prince we'll allow to be played on our show.
Because it's Prince.
Yeah,
we don't care. It's Prince.
Prince
Can get played. But see, if it's gonna be the Soundboard Prince, we'll see. Then there's that one.
Yeah.
Mine's clear sounding.
But at any rate, this is the Soundboard, where we like to talk about all things music and sound related.
Oh, all things music. Well, how about this one?
Oh, yes. Oh.
You touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
Playing Prince and that at the same time is the most wrong thing you can ever do.
I challenge a DJ out there to make a nice mix between Prince and Gunther.
I think it's like a Gunther.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. It's a Gunthoff. It's a love off. That sounds dirty.
But at any rate, we've got some news items that we should be mentioning here. Why don't we...
Yeah, wait, we got news. I think this is actually a news show from music.
It's supposed to be a news show, but we just like to have too much fun.
Well, there is way too much fun being had here. We need to get serious. Come on! All right, let's go.
Okay, well, you know, seriously, the Rolling Stones. And, I mean, that's a band that's been around
That's an awesome band.
Forever now, and they're still putting out new music. They've got a new single out. It's called Streets of Love. And actually, their music video is going to debut on October 18th. Can you guess where they're debuting their music video?
MTV?
No.
VH1?
No.
VH1 Classics?
No.
MTV2?
How about I tell you the answer? On the soap opera, Days of Our Lives.
What?
Yes.
What?
That's where it's debuting. And the song's also going to be on during scenes and following weeks of the show. So
are they having like
they're getting
flashbacks
old, and so,
of their old?
I think they're appealing to their demographic. You know, I don't know. You know, when the giants fall, they fall hard.
Oh, they do.
Times are tough.
Where are we going to, like, you know, totally push off our new video? I know, Days of Our Freaking Lives, mate. It's so hardcore in our classic rock. What are you thinking?
I don't know.
Mick Jagger, come on.
Well, I mean, like, think about other people that are, you know, starting to get towards washed up, like Madonna. She's got a documentary out. It's called I'm Going to Tell You a Secret, which is about her reinvention tour in 2004, and that's actually going to be October 21st on MTV. So, you know.
Reinvention tour.
Yeah.
She reinvented herself?
Apparently. Well, yeah, remember, she's been through so many phases in her life, and right now it's the whole, you know, Earth Mother Kabbalah thing, so.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And there's that whole rabbi that, basically.
Yeah, that pretty much
sums up Madonna right there. Well, there's several other sounds that I'm not going to play that pretty much sum up Madonna right there. But I don't know, Madonna is, I don't know, she's, God, you know, how old is she? And still
she's
kicking
in her
it.
40s by now.
She's older in her 40s. I remember MTV ran an ad that was like they were just showing all these band names, these one-hit wonders and bands that came and fell, and then they said those are all the bands that came and fell during the age of Madonna. And it's like, oh, way to make her feel young, you morons. You know, but she's still in it. You know what she's still in it for?
What's that? Oh yeah. Well, you know, everybody.
Oh, wait a minute.
To an extent.
Wait a minute. I know one who's still in it for that too. Think of it, guys. How old do you think Cher is?
Her and
Yeah, but I
don't think Cher's
does Cher
real
have
anymore.
a
Cher's
documentary
lifeless.
coming out, or is she going to be performing on Days of Our Lives? Or
She's constantly
At least
performing. She's still performing.
exactly.
she's performing,
she's
you know,
performing.
just to stay
On
alive.
naval
No.
ships and aircraft.
Yeah,
carriers
naval
and
ships
stuff.
and aircraft carriers.
Naval ships, yeah. Naval. Yeah, good pun.
Yikes. Nothing says creepy like Cher and Madonna. Although I still have to attribute that to Madonna and who was it? Britney Spears and that kiss.
Yeah. Gotta love publicity stunts.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Yeah, I kinda
fans of
like
the
that
Voodoo
one.
Music Experience are going to be a little excited. It's a yearly show that usually is in New Orleans, but this year it's going to be on October 29th and 30th. And actually, the 29th show they are going to have in New Orleans. It's going to be at Riverview Park, and it's going to be invite-only concert for the local police, firefighters, National Guard, and the other aid workers. So the other show on the 30th will be in Memphis, where they've been planning to have it since everything went down. So, but if you like the music and you want to get to see it, people there are going to be like Nine Inch Nails, Queens of the Stone Age, Secret Machines, and World Leader Pretend. So, nice music festival there.
Trent Reznor is definitely he's been all over a lot of these fundraisers.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of
it's nice when the people that are in that higher position do something to help.
Yeah, well, not only that, it's like it kind of I don't know. You know, you look at Trent Reznor, and you don't actually see him like as a guy who would do something like that. You know, he hangs out with Marilyn Manson, who sits around, whose number one thought at his funeral is he wants his body to be a bomb so he can take out everyone with him. This was an actual quote from Marilyn Manson.
I never heard that quote.
No, you never did. It was
No.
I saw him on it was an MTV show. It was called Fanatic. That was a while back. And
that's more the Marilyn Manson persona, not necessarily.
Well, yeah, well, and that's it's just it's refreshing to see people like that, in
just being weird for the sake of being
well,
weird.
no, but like Trent Reznor going out and doing stuff like that,
definitely.
People you wouldn't normally see as it's like you see
Yeah.
you have the death metal, heavy metal crowd who are all like, oh god, I hate the world, they probably deserve that, and it's like you want to slap them upside the head because like the people they try to emulate are out there, doing the exact opposite of what they're trying to portray.
Confounding the expectations.
Exactly, and it's good, and I'm glad that they're doing that. And Reznor's been all over the place. He actually did a live show recently, another fundraiser, where it was kind of cool because all his live show was just him and a grand piano and a little boombox that he has hooked up to him. Like he would just turn the he just.
See, I like that. I like when somebody's got the skill or like the talent and just the presence.
The stage presence.
To just go out there and say, hey, I don't need my band.
I don't need my band. He just has a little boombox with a little CD player. He just presses play. And
I remember when Andrew WK first came out, he would just put a stool on stage, put a CD player on it, pop a CD and hit play, and then he'd sing to the CD. He didn't even tour with the band his first few shows. And it's just like,
Well, I think that's a little bit different. At least Trent Reznor's playing an instrument.
And he probably recorded all the music on the boombox as it is.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I mean, Trent Reznor, is Nine Inch Nails anyway. So it's not like he needs the entire band. He's just like, I just got me and my Casio.
Yeah, where's James Brown been? I think Trent Reznor is the hardest working man in music.
Exactly. James Brown, he's still get up now, get on up. I can't. It's my hip.
Well, hey, the Strokes are coming out with their third studio album. It's called First Impressions of Earth. It's coming out on January 3rd. But the first single from the album, Jukebox, is available on their website right now. And I stopped by there, and it actually sounds pretty nice.
Another interesting band.
Yeah.
I haven't really heard much from them lately. They had
they came out with like the new, there was like that new wave, like the Strokes, the Hives, all those bands started coming out with like similar styles. And,
yeah, it was like the kind of neo-grunge garage band
exactly,
sound.
And it's got a nice sound to it. It's good quality music.
But now it's kind of that it was the White Stripes, the Hives, the Strokes. There's a couple other bands out in there that were up in it, but now it's finally the dust has settled, and
who's
now
still around.
we're seeing who's still around and involved, and apparently the Strokes and the White Stripes, and I haven't really heard the Hives. I haven't heard anything from the Hives.
I haven't either.
So apparently they're gone. They're probably still doing stuff, but they just
all in matching suits.
Yeah, they're selling. They have a suit emporium now. This lead singer owns his own suit emporium. But
hey, guess what? Mark Echo's Getting Up, Contents Under Pressure, that game that's coming out soon.
You previewed that a couple weeks ago.
And it looks really good, and I just found out that Diddy's actually producing 4 songs on the limited edition version of the soundtrack.
That's on the GameSHOUT website.
Yeah,
that story.
Yeah. And other people that are going to be throwing music down are going to be Mobb Deep, Caspian, Fort Minor, Block Party, Jane's Addiction. So it's going to be a nice, well-rounded soundtrack to that. and I can't. It just sounds like it's gonna be a fun
I like
game.
you're like rambling off a bunch of rapper names, and then you're like Jane's Addiction.
Hey, you know,
It's just like
Jane's
that's
Addiction.
so out of place. Oh, but you gotta love Jane's Addiction. They're just wacky and
I'm
crazy
sure.
times.
And you know what? I'll put $10 down saying it's going to be Ben Caught Stealing. That's going to be the song for
Probably
a video game
Mountain
about
Song.
spray painting.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, possible.
but
Mountain Song.
I mean, that's
That's the one it is. It's
Oh,
on
is it?
is it
website.
Mountain Song?
Jane's
Oh, then I was
Addiction is
wrong.
Mountain Song.
All right, who
else
do I
you
owe
wanna know?
$10 to?
Mob Deep, Shook
I owe
the
you
Ones,
24,
Part
but
1.
that's
What track by Block Party's going
Si-
on there?
Oh, Block Party is Helicopter.
Oh, good. That's a good one.
Rhymefest, Wanted. Caspian was Clubfoot.
actually Caspian's a metal band, aren't they? I think so. Yeah.
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 That's another good little mix-up. The game that definitely looks interesting. I'm glad that a lot of artists have definitely stepped up to the plate on this game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because Echo has so many friends in the industry, or just I don't know.
Well, it's a nice crossover where if you have somebody that's good friends with good musicians, I'd like to see a lot more musicians putting a lot of time and effort into getting their songs onto different video games. Because really, I mean, that's what we do. We play
Yeah.
video games, and a
that's-
lot of the new songs I hear are off of video games. So.
Yeah, a lot of bands that I've gotten into, like Hot Heat, Moth, two awesome bands that I found through the Xbox.
Going way back, I found Sublime when I was playing Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX for
Yeah.
PlayStation. Just like they've been doing it for years, just throwing songs on there, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, who the heck is this guy?
And I'm glad the music industry is finally seeing the light of day and saying, hey, obviously nobody's listening to the radio, to the FM, those music, those like top 40 stations.
And it's a legal way to get the music too.
Yeah, it's like,
Without buying
well,
the
it's
whole
not
CD.
that nobody's listening to them. It's just like, that today's kids are all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're getting to a point where video game soundtracks are starting to come out like movie soundtracks.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, look at the Halo 2 soundtrack. That had right there. You had Breaking Benjamin on the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
You had Incubus, and you had.
You always forget that third
I always
band,
forget
and
the third
can't remember
band
who it
because
is
it's not always Hoobastank. That's what
Oh,
it
that's
is.
right.
It's Hoobastank's the third band. But
And I love Incubus did that like 5-part symphony.
it's like a half hour
It's-
long.
Yeah,
It's over a half hour long. It's an amazing.
But that's what I like about it. It's just like, even if you've never heard of, or even if you've heard of those bands, there was other songs on that by other bands, and it's nice because, with Top 40 radio, which is pretty much what most everybody listens to on the radio, you don't really get all these little bands that are all over that put out
Yeah.
good music. So it's a nice way for bands to get national recognition without having to fight their way onto the Top 40 scene.
That's why I'm loving all these, like, Project Gotham's another good one that does that. They, a lot of electronic. I mean, it's not just one genre. It's like every genre. You got a lot of electronica, pop, punk, rock, indie rock, rap, hip hop. A lot of those underground bands. That you have the bigger name bands, and you have the lower name, the smaller name bands. And it's just it is the way that the industry's going here, and it's the way that rally against it as much as the conservatives will. It's the wave of video games are the wave of the future. It's the way things are going to be. It's going to be the next big medium. And if not already, I think it's going to get a lot big. It's going to boom out more so than where it is now, and we're going to see more of the bands coming in, having a more integral part in the film, or in the experience of the video game.
Well, yeah, you'll get. I remember. I haven't really been playing a lot of my Madden 06, but I remember when I was playing. I think it was Madden 03. Cannot remember their name. I'm going insane. Good Charlotte had a song on there, and actually you could unlock players. They were actual band members from Good Charlotte that had been made into players for the Madden game. Yeah, it was really
also
neat.
was it the most recent NBA Street had who are those the original rappers? They did Sabotage and whatnot.
Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys were in the game.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're in the game. They did a lot of the music, and it's we are getting into the point where musicians are taking a more
hands-on approach
to the video games, to the music in the video games.
And actually, I challenge people. I think we should start something up here where we just pick out big games from each of the genres. You know, we pick out like a big FPS, and then we have all you guys who listen send us in your ideas for like a nice playlist to listen to while you're playing the game. It's like, I mean, I think back and remember when I played the original Quake and just listening to Trent Reznor's music, and it was just
that right there was
it was
just
so
amazing.
But then all of a sudden when I found out you could pop in another CD, I would just like I'd pop in a Natalie Merchant CD and play Quake to it. And it was just the most funny experience, you know.
My dad and I always put in the AC/DC Live CD, so the game would always start up to Thunderstruck, this live Thunderstruck, the whole crowd just roaring, and you roar. It was one of the coolest experiences.
And and you could really, I mean, like when we like put up, like if you talk about Project Gotham, you know, there's lots of great driving kind of songs that you would love to listen to that they might not have put onto the game, but
my dad again put up a good playlist of Radar Gun, my Radar Gun. I don't remember who did it though. He's got a lot of these like really good racing songs, but I think that is a good idea. I want to get like what some people would listen to during. What do you listen to during your gaming experiences? What let's pick out a game. We're gonna start up a topic. Yeah, well, hopefully GameSHOUT, but like what kind of music do you think would fit perfectly with this style of game?
What really gets your blood boiling when you're out there, you know,
what gets the
killing
adrenaline flowing, or
whatever, you know?
I'd like to know, and we'll post it up in the forums. Get a good thing going and talk about it each and every week. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, sorry, but although we digress, let's get back to
let's get back into the news.
Into the news.
Former drummer for R.E.M., Bill Berry, he actually joined back up with the band, and they did a 7-song set for a wedding for one of the former road crew members.
Wow.
So that was, I thought that was really
Can I work for R.E.M.?
I know, it's like, you know, and not only does the band get together and perform at his wedding, but like the original drummer gets back together with him because, you know, they must all be old friends. And
obviously,
really,
what did that roadie do for these guys while they were on tour? Hey man, like I'm really lonely right now. Could you? No, going into that. Massage my feet. Oh, that roadie. Those better have some really good damn stories for him to tell.
That's probably he probably had to do it. It's probably how he met his wife.
That probably blackmail.
I used to be a roadie for R.E.M.
Yeah, I used to be. I still
Prove
am.
it. They're coming to the wedding. Well, hey, Eminem actually is coming up with his first. I believe it's his first greatest hits compilation CD. It's called Curtain Call. It's coming out on December 6th, and it's actually supposed to have at least 2 new tracks by him. So. Not only do we get like a nice greatest hits compilation, but we also get some new stuff, which will be nice.
Is he going to be debuting it on Days of Our Lives?
I doubt that.
Then I don't care.
No, probably on Passions.
On Passions.
I think he's more along the lines of Passions.
That's true.
And going all the way to the other side of the spectrum, Enya is actually coming out with a new CD. It's called I can hardly read it because it's in italics. Amarantine. I think.
I can hardly read it because it's weird.
Yeah, it's just a weird word. It's coming out on November 22nd. This is her first album, actually, since 2000. But Enya, if you're a fan of Enya...
She did the title track on The Lord of the Rings.
Did she?
It's the very last, it's like the very last
Did she do a new song, or was that one of her older songs?
No, she did a brand new, I think she did a brand new song specifically for The Lord of the Rings. It's like it plays for the credits and at the end of the entire trilogy.
Well, if you're, a fan of Enya, keep your eyes open for an actual full CD of hers on November 22nd. And by the way, Enya would be great to listen to while you're playing a little Final Fantasy, I'm thinking.
That would be cool, pop into the old Pure Mood CD. So anyways.
I love the most relaxing CD ever.
Is that actually a CD?
It's like one of those late night, infomercials. Just the most relaxing CD made ever in all of history. It's very definite that this is the most relaxing CD.
I love going to Walmart and checking out. They always have this one kind of bargain display. It's like $7.99 for all these weird compilation CDs, and the best one, and I purchased it because it had the best name ever. Booty Hits.
Booty Hits.
It was just like
Booty
every
hits.
time I get in your car and that's rocking, I'm just like, oh yeah.
It's hilarious. A lot of the music's like when I was in grade school. It's like what they used to play at those dances at the grade school.
And until you listen to that, you don't realize that you know every single word to "Baby Got Back."
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh my god, I'm singing along. How do I know this still?
Yeah. That and No Diggity.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that I was really depressed that wasn't on the CD was
Oh, you touched my tra-la-la.
I was depressed that it wasn't on the CD.
Yeah, but I get the impression that a ding ding dong isn't really a booty.
That's true. So I guess the other one I was depressed about was
I hate you both. I hate you both. Quiet away in my little section of the studio.
That's a lot of Kiss and One show. Oh. Well, I could always bust out with some Ill Mitch. A little bit of Ill Mitch there, but anyway, so.
Gonna go hang myself in the bathroom stall. See you guys later.
Anyway.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, we're gonna take a quick break here. But we've got more news for you coming up, and a couple more things to talk about right after this. You're listening to GameSHOUT Radio.
Are you looking for a stable game server hosting company? Well, BFG Servers has been in business since 2001. Looking for a game server hosting company with real credibility? Well, BFG Servers is a premier provider of internet gaming, voice, and web hosting services. Are you looking for a responsive, knowledgeable technical support? Well, BFG Servers generally responds to account holder technical issues within 1 hour. BFGServers.com, when size does matter.
ATI unleashes its latest secret weapon for killer high-definition graphics. The Radeon X800 series. It's the world's fastest and most powerful visual processing unit with 16 intense parallel pixel pipelines. Say that 10 times fast.
I am not impressed.
Remember, ATI is Valve's preferred graphics choice for Half-Life 2.
Just a minute, hold everything, stop the music.
So get your new X800 Radeon card today to be ready for all the action.
For the new gaming experience, visit undergroundtournaments.com for fair match gameplay and more. Enter tournaments to win SOCOM 3 through the month of October. Also, you can earn monthly giveaways just for being a free account holder. And don't forget to check out the shop for great deals in used games. Get started today at undergroundtournaments.com. That's right, undergroundtournaments.com.
And welcome back to GameSHOUT Radio. Once again, you're listening to the Soundboard with myself, TrickNeal, and SexyJosh.
I love the breaks. It's just so
We have
weird.
so much
Breaks
fun
are
on our
so much
shows.
fun.
I think that's the problem.
Oh, man. I
It's always
definitely
a
would like
good
to play
time.
that song for everybody sometime.
Well, we're getting close to Halloween. It's very appropriate.
It is October. It's but we're
Play
not,
it.
I think they swear in the beginning.
Oh, do they?
I don't
That
know.
wouldn't be good.
Well, I don't know. I want to know if... I want to save this because I want to...
Yeah, we'll save that. Make sure it's edited properly.
Yeah, I'll listen to it later.
Well, hey, we got some more music news to go through here.
Keep doing that music news. I'm going to...
Boy George was arrested last Friday.
Surprise!
Yeah, he.
I thought it was Uncle Fester.
And he looks like Uncle Fester.
He is looking horrible. He's what, bald now, and he's got tattoos all over his head.
And he's kind of chubby.
Uncle Fester.
You would think he's not doing the cocaine, but that's what they got him on. And also,
No, you know
apparently
what surprised
he called
me? There was a woman in the apartment with him. That's what surprised everybody.
There's
Well,
nothing really surprising about.
I guess he
any
called
type
the
of man
police.
having a female friend.
Oh, no.
gay.
Boy George? You don't know Boy George, then.
Apparently, I
Do
don't.
you really want
And
to
apparently
hurt me?
none of us do because he
Do
Well,
you
maybe
really
Boy
want to
George
make
is
me
a
cry?
lesbian now.
Substances.
That's what it is.
Boy George is as straight as a
Lesbians
roundabout,
now?
man.
What? So, wait, hold on. Let me run this,
George is
run
a
this by me
lesbian
one
now.
more time. No, run this by me again. He's a gay man dating lesbians.
No, he's a lesbian in a man's body.
We all are. Boy George doesn't
I'm a
seem
lesbian
that type.
trapped in a man's body. No, yeah,
Stick
it
a
was
light
very
bulb in his
surprising
mouth
to
and it'll turn
find.
on.
Mm-hmm. Very surprising to find a woman in his apartment. Oh, yeah.
So I can't get over the fact that he still looks like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family.
Oh, let's see if I've got it.
Talk about kicking a guy when he's down, I tell you. Well, hey, guess what? On December 6th, EMI is going to be releasing Pulse, which is a 2-DVD set of Pink Floyd. They did in 1994. They were on their Division Bell tour, and they stopped at London's Earl's Court. And actually, I picked this up off of eBay. I got a foreign version of it, but it's going to be really nice when it comes out with a 2-DVD set because one of the second DVD is actually going to feature The Dark Side of the Moon performed in its entirety. So that'll be a really nice thing to see. And nice old Pink Floyd on tour.
Is it going to come like with a joint in the DVD box case with it?
I doubt it, but we certainly don't discriminate on our show. Whatever makes the music sound better to you.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. And really, it's just Pink
Lasers
Floyd.
sold
Fantastic.
separately.
But hey, I want to talk a little bit about Green Day, as I always do.
As always, it's our Green
Sorry.
Day segment.
It's time for Green Day news.
It's time for Green Day with TrickNeal.
Samuel Bayer, he's the guy that's directed all the videos off of the American Idiot soundtrack, or off the American Idiot CD.
Yeah.
And he had said "Wake Me Up When September Ends" was his like crowning jewel. That was the best that he did. Well, he's doing Jesus of Suburbia, and he says
The 7-minute song, like the 9 minutes.
It's a 9-minute song. He's going to cut 2 versions of it. One's going to be about 9 minutes with just the song, and then one's going to be 14 minutes with actual story that explains more about the story of the album.
Which
So
is
that'll be
really weird
cool.
because the story of the album is just completely messed up.
And it's confusing. I have no idea what's going on in that album.
I
but
tried
it's just-
explaining to you once.
I
how
know,
it
and I
goes.
could not
haven't-
follow it. I need like a step-by-step pointer of
Oh,
like,
I have an
this is
inkling
what
of it.
this
Basically, it
means.
follows Saint Jimmy, who has a crisis of faith, gets it better, and then dies. A quarter of the way through the CD.
Which stinks.
But then the narrator keeps going on talking about, it has like issues with war, politics, religion. And then they talk about the girl whose name is What's Her Name, and they talk about her in several songs, and how her and Saint Jimmy, were together. There was something, but it was weird.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Billy Joe says it's the new Thriller. He says it jokingly. He's just getting around about it. But yeah, it's.
Thanks, Mav.
Thank you. You're a little bit behind the scenes, but that's okay.
A few minutes behind me. Yeah, that's
We can cut that at any time. Seriously.
But no, I think it'll be interesting.
Let go,
I'll be surprised if MTV actually shows it in its entirety.
I would well, that's actually what they're talking about is like this is an actual quote from Billy. He said, Jesus Suburbia, it's a really long song, so it's already quite a task. You can't think of it as making a video, but a short film, and that's what Sam did. There's dialogue. It follows the story of the song more so than the other videos from American Idiot. So they're really hoping that they're going to find a way that's going to get the full version out there to fans and such, but most likely on MTV or whatever music station actually plays videos nowadays.
Probably would definitely be
are
all
just
over
gonna
the
be showing
internet.
the shorter version. But yeah, I'm definitely
I'm
thinking you'll be able
thinking
to find
GreenDay.com will have the whole version.
I would really hope so.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
And I can't wait to see it when it comes out. I don't even see that they mention a date when it's supposed to come out. I'm not seeing that. But
Now, are they in pre-production or post-production? They mention that at all?
I know that they've picked. Let me find the quote. They picked who's going to star in it, who's going to play the main character.
Say Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't.
See, the whole song.
It's all confusing because they said when September Ends, Evan Rachel Wood and Jamie Bell were the 2 people that were playing in that. Evan Rachel Wood from The Notebook and Jamie Bell from Billy Elliot. And he for Jesus Suburbia, he cast an up-and-coming guy, Lou Taylor Pucci, who's been in a couple movies, Thumbsucker and The Chum Scrubber, which it's kind of strange that he's the 2 movies that he's been in rhyme. I don't know if that's how he's picking
sound
things.
dirty.
But now he's doing Jesus of Suburbia, so that doesn't really fit into it. But no, actually, he plays the Jesus of Suburbia. That's his
he actually
character.
plays Jesus
That's
of Suburbia.
the title character. So yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, it's I can't wait.
It sounds really interesting, and I'm more bands need to do something like this. It's just to tell a story, not just a song, not just like.
Well, I just like that it's a song that's done in. What is it, 4 or 5 parts for Jesus Suburbia, and it's like 4 or 5 individual miniature songs that all fit together and still tell a story and still follow a very pleasant song format. It's not at all like you're listening to just little bits of music. It's a very well put together orchestra.
Here's hoping they do Homecoming next.
Yeah, that'll be it seems like one of those albums where you'd like to see. Kind of like The Wall, you just want to see an entire movie done about the entire album, just to see the story from beginning to end.
There's been
understand it
offers,
better.
there's been offers and ideas, and nothing's come down the pipeline yet. So.
But anyways, that's about all the time we have this week on the Soundboard. Thanks for listening.
It's
We're
been
here
awesome.
every Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you very much for listening. You've been listening to GameSHOUT Radio. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is GameSHOUT Radio, the #1 talk game station in the world. Visit GameSHOUT.com for more info. GameSHOUT. GameSHOUT.